Rose.
All right.
Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But
Diving.
the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Yeah, how about that? It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers.
That's crazy. Andy's docks open. It doesn't look open. Clam chowder. Chicken fried steak. Oh, you. What does that sound?
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
Okay.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
She didn't seem too insane. She did mention the lights, I think, if that's who they're talking about. I wish this guy could walk faster.
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
She called us here. Yo, Rose, you normal? Is this even a door? Offers zero
Welcome
privacy.
To... Oh dear. Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Nah, I would
Rose,
leave.
you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Absolutely not.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
It's her job.
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh,
No.
Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? How...
I knew you should have drank that.
Oh. Barry! What? What?
Throw it at her. Dang. This is why you don't drink from cups from suspicious, weird people.
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin.
What?
I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised
My Barbara's?
and your lovely wife. You
Girl, leave me
must
alone.
finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
What the? didn't even get like a couple more
I
seconds of a
felt
normal
nauseous,
day.
hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Yo, Barry, get up, please.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the
Right?
kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
I mean, she's clearly
Refill is free.
insane right now.
Would you like to hear
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the... Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
So he called the
As
sheriff.
quickly as possible.
Okay.
There was no time to waste.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts, punctuated by the occasional plunge into nightmare. Is it just me? Well, perhaps it is. But I hope I can make the night a little bit easier to get through. Caller, you're on KBF FM.
Hey, Pat, it's Walt Snyder.
What's on your mind, Walt?
Well, I am the way you are, but, well, I can't sleep either, you know? I just been staring out the window here, trying to make sense of it all, but, I ain't been drinking either, you know?
Well, you sound like a man with a problem, Walt.
I had argument with Danny. You know Danny, and, then I got in trouble with the law, you know, and, I'm just, well...
I heard something like that, Walt.
Yeah, well, you know, Danny's my best friend, and, they let me bail today, and now I'm just alone here at the window, you know, waiting. Man, and there's something in the air tonight, man.
I was just outside looking up at the sky above our broadcast tower thinking the same thing. What are you waiting for, Walt?
I never want to live in a town this foggy at night.
You know, I think I better go.
Well, Walt, maybe...
No, thanks, Pat.
Well, good luck to you, Walt. Hang in there. Let's take a little break, folks. This weather's really something else, huh?
Oh no. Get me out of here. That music's scary. Randolph? But he would be the second normal guy I've seen recently.
Oh, you're
the
gonna
sheriff.
get it now.
You don't even know what I did.
God knows what you've done to that poor girl. This is Agent Nightingale, FBI. Get him up,
Wait a
Hemingway.
second.
You're under arrest. You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face. Stay right where you are, Triple A.
What? What just happened?
What are? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac.
Shoot on sight?
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Give it up, Mr. Wake. Come on. Take it easy on him.
I'm not afraid of the police under these circumstances. Police, shadow darkness creatures. I'm taking the police. Worst case scenario, you just get shot dead. Is this really happening?
Stop running! We have the suspect in sight. Okay, men. Keep your eyes peeled. He's gonna try to make it through here.
Oh no.
Damn.
Alan Wake, you gotta work on your stamina. You run like for 2 seconds and you're done. Get up! Get up! I wonder if the police think they have more on us.
He's gone. Come on, guys. We need to head him off.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
Seems like the darkness is coming back. Oh, I was just about to say, won't it affect the police? They'll have a gun, right? Alright, now I'm scared. Drop hazard. I wonder...
Search the area. This way. Over here.
So they all can see it. They're over here fighting Godzilla or something.
Sheriff Baker, this is Agent Nightingale. I've lost contact with most of the men you assigned to me. It's way
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
You on the ground. Hold it
Ah!
right there. There's nowhere to run. Freeze!
No! What is that? Oh no, not the Ravens. Oh, they're attacking the helicopter. This is already a small town, and all the police are getting taken out. Jeez. Did I put in a quarter? The radio.
This is Jane. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over. Thornton here. Jane,
We got both Wheeler and Rose.
Barry, no.
They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why they were... Hey, what are you... Come on! Sit down and give me that. Jane, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Oda Scotch about him, you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly.
What kind of doctor is this guy?
Interview Wheeler, over. Oh yeah, I'll bet he does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
What is this multi-purpose doctor? Thought he was a psychiatrist.
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
With the police chasing after us? Do I have to go this way?
Shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light.
Or my trusty thermos. This is a generator, yes? Batman, please! Save me! Please!
The old generator conked out. I'd have to see if I could fix it and try again.
You're joking. What? Oh. What kind of generator? Okay. I'll do this. I like this. Puzzles? Any puzzle is better than... Never mind. See, we're getting... What's going on? What's going on? Okay. Okay. Either give me a gun now or don't give me a gun at all. Flashbangs?
They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
This game's getting more complicated. I thought we would just be using a gun and a flashlight the whole time. What's a flashbang gonna do? Ooh. Ah!
And here's another call. You're on KBFFM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
Still no gun.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Okay.
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of police cars there, lots of sirens, a helicopter buzzing around, and I think I heard some gunshots.
Gunshots?
Yes, sir, like from a pistol. So can you find out what's going on? Because it's just next door and they're popping off guns there.
They're still shooting?
No, it was maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. It sounds serious, Pat. I'm telling you, it don't sound like no party.
Well, I'm certainly going to give the station a call, Milt.
Okay.
You'll hear it here as soon as I hear from them.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, a page. Okay. What the? I like
Touched with a
these.
dark presence, Rose was lost in a dreamland where everything was drawn in black and gray crayons. The old lady had promised her that all her wishes would come true. She would be Alan Wake's muse. She was smiling so hard it hurt her face. She crushed a bottle full of sleeping pills into the coffee. Deep down inside, she was screaming in terror.
Jeez. Is this a ladder? Nope. Ah, we're here. Gotta climb this. Oh, there's the fence.
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Good thing he doesn't lock his fence. Pat, I'll do that interview now. Oh, you don't lock your door?
Well, well, thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna.
I feel like I know his voice. Hey, Pat.
Here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan
No,
Wake just walked
Pat,
in.
Pat, don't say that.
See if I can talk him into an interview.
I'm kind of busy, Pat,
Come on in,
but
Mr. Wake.
all right.
Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt it.
Whoa.
Jesus, every name except my actual name.
We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him.
Oh!
What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Sorry, Pat. Oh. Dang. You didn't even have a conversation. Why would you say that? Oh, he's naming
I had fallen off so many
authors.
cliffs it
I
was
know that one.
ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation. "I have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine."
Come on then. Let's go. It blew up instantly that time. I don't want flares. I'm getting bad vibes. Oh, it worked! Come on! What did that do? Shotgun ammo? I don't have a shotgun. Alright, I need to figure out what I need to do next. There's nothing over here. Ugh.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
What? You wanna go? Let's go! Okay. Don't go out on me. So they're temporary lights, and you gotta turn them back on. I am geared up. Hello?
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice?
Alice? Alice?
Alan, I'm so afraid. He keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be
Hmm?
Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me. The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again.
Oh, I don't know what that means. I feel like
I could see a railway bridge up
it means
ahead
don't
and a
point my
warehouse of some
flashlight
sort
at
on the
something.
opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
But how do you do that when you have to look around? Who's breathing in my ear? Chill out. What? Wait. Wasn't...
The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching.
Okay, that hasn't happened yet. That's a normal pipe. If you want to even call it one.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Ah! Ow! Get me out of here! I didn't point the light at you. Ow! Ow! I'm gonna die. You win this one, floating possessed objects.
Sure. I hoped I could find a car from there.
But I only have a couple flashbangs. I'm stuck. There we go. Thanks a lot, train.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Ugh. I'm free, right? Ugh. Let's go. Okay.
He slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded
This gonna be a
for me to
guy?
open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left.
Nightingale?
No guilt either. Not for him.
Or the
I
kidnapper?
took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me.
Oh, that's just wonderful. You know...
As a teenager,
Ah,
I
but
started to get interested in writing. Stephen
Chill
King
out.
had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
Another flashlight? Switch to heavy-duty flashlight. What's the difference? It hurts my arm more? I'm gonna get this, but if I get hit by possessed objects, I'm gonna be angry. I didn't call 911 actually, so you can leave. You want to open now? Two. Go away. What? In light, you can hurt them. Yeah, thanks for the warning. I knew that. More flares. Revolver ammo. I'm full on batteries. Oh, TV.
We take the facts of our existence for granted, unaware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering a vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a family occasion. Journalist Alvin Derleth's trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been less than successful. Until tonight.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Derleth, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition, but you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Derleth.
Well, I guess that's the least what would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
What did you...
It's okay, bro.
Oh, Mr. Derleth, you have well pleased Nixie Perka, the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his 1,000 young, and all shall be glory. Shh, darling, be calm. Shh.
Alvin Derleth learned a harsh lesson. If you go looking for mythology, it may come looking for you. And such quests always bear fruit. In Night Springs.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
So that's definitely a future event. Oh. No going back. Can I affect this thing? Back up! Ah! you doing here? Alright, they clearly want me to use flares from now on. Thermos. Oh.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw. Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the dark presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
I don't know why I went this way. Well, maybe I had to. Gotta be something in here, right?
This is Pat Maine, and you're listening to KBF-FM, folks.
How you doing, Pat?
I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. And I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
Time to go. Can I drive any car? Alright, maybe not drive this car. Another one?
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me, that's strange, because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever, and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? There's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then, there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completed me.
You can't argue with the heart, Pat.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say it's shaken a few things loose.
I wonder why they made this whole area to explore.
For Mott, spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed. He'd gotten a good long look at the wife, though, and he liked what he saw. Mott had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight, but it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer had anything in him. He'd been promised as much.
Alright, this car is pretty damaged now.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now. With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
Thanks, Maine.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me.
Don't fall asleep
The
either.
warm sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Maybe he died? I mean, we fighting for our life every time, right?
Wake!
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked
You
around by
want
you.
to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello! Ah! I'm gonna kill him!
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. We're stopping here.